What's going on, family? It's your girl, Sheree Robin, Simon & Schuster best-selling author, editor, publisher, professional ghostwriter, literary coach, all-around word nerd. And as we are wrapping up this wonderful year of 2023, I think it's important that we have a conversation as we go into the new year. And the New Year's resolution, 80% of people in the world say that they want to write a book. I want to write a book. I want to write a book. So let's talk about what your real options are when it comes to making the best decisions for publishing that book in 2024, right? What are the things that you need to know as an author, as an aspiring author, as someone who wants to write and share their story, whether it be fiction or nonfiction, whatever it is, right? What are the pieces of the publishing puzzle that trip people up? And what are the things that you really need to know when it comes to publishing a book in 2024? So let's get into this conversation. The one thing that I do want you to understand and know is that there is no singular track, right? There isn't just one simple way to publish a book. And depending on what you want, what you need, and where you are in life, there are different options that you can take to get your book out to the public. And the first one that is important to consider, and this is the first one that everyone goes to, because it's the traditional route, right? It's the way that we see publishing as people, right? Collectively, this is what we have always known publishing to be up until the advent of like Amazon publishing and self-publishing within the last, 10 or so years. So prior to that, the only way for you to get your book out to market was to go through a traditional publisher. And those are your Simon and Schuster's, your Random House, your Macmillan. Those are the big agencies that used to publish. Well, they still do publish, but there were only like major players in the game. So if you wanted to publish your book, you had to be a damn good writer, right? Like you had to be high quality, top notch, way up here in order to get your book picked up by a traditional publisher. And the benefits of publishing with a traditional publisher, of course, nowadays is the name, right? It's the name, it's the recognition, right? It's the fact that I get to say, me being, Sheree, that I am a Simon and Schuster best-selling author. So I'm published by Simon and Schuster. So the pros to that are high, right? That's one of the major pros. It also means that that publishing company looks at you and says that you are worth our investment. Right, they get to say, we are going to make the investment in your cover design, in your layout, in your ebook conversion, in your distribution. We'll cover all of those costs in order to get your book out to market, which means that they're looking at you like you should be able to return the penny, right? Like they should be able to make some money from your product. So if you are a celebrity, right? If you are someone who has some credibility, if you've got a massive following, you're more likely to get a traditional publishing deal because they can invest in you. Right. They know that they're going to get their 40 to 60% of royalties, which is the con, right? Which is the con of traditional publishing, is that they are going to take that percentage. So the pro is that you've got this big backing behind you. They cover all of the expenses when it comes to getting your book out to market. But the con is that they do take a percentage, right? They are going to take those royalties out of every bit of money that you make. The other con to self-publishing, or excuse me, traditional publishing, is that you're on their time. Right. So for me, for example, when I got my publishing deal, they were like, great, congratulations, Sheree, we want you on board. We're going to give you a deal for 2 titles, possibly a third, right? And we're all locked and loaded, and we'll be able to publish your book in 36 months. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? When? 3 years? Because they already have a line, right? They already have books that they are already publishing. And so you get in where you fit in. Right, you ain't Beyonce. They not knocking down doors to get your book out to market as quickly as possible. So they'll put you in rotation. Yeah, you'll get in line, get in where you fit in. So there are some pros and cons to traditional publishing. Depends on where you are. Depends on what you want. If you want somebody to take the heavy lifting off of you for the editing, for the layout, for the ebook, all of those pieces, and you're a damn good writer, and you've got a significant backing or a following behind you, then you can go the traditional route. That's one. Number two is going to be they're like vanity presses is what they're called nowadays, right? And so a vanity press essentially is a publishing company where you pay them. right? You pay them to do the editing, the layout, the ebook conversion, your cover design, right? You pay to play because someone has to pay for those things to happen. Traditional publishing company says we'll do it. A vanity press says we'll do it, but you'll pay us to do it. The reason why the vanity press has a con in my eyes is because not only do you pay for that part of it, but you are also going to pay them royalties, right? They're also going to take a percentage of your royalties even after they have done that work for you, and they're not a major publisher, right? So whereas Simon and Schuster, Random House, right, they can get you indoors, they can get you some credibility, they can, open up opportunities for you. Some of these vanity presses will have you pay to play and then put your book up on Amazon, and you'll still be responsible for paying them royalties, right? They're not as large as a major publishing house. And so it's almost like double dipping, right? You pay us to get you out there. Once we put you out there, we're going to now, you're going to continue to pay us. But if they're not marketing for you, if they're not running a promotional plan for you, right? If you don't get continual support to help push your book and get your book out there, then in my professional opinion, a vanity press, they like little crooks, right? Because they're taking from you from the beginning of the process and taking from you at the end of the process. And so you have to weigh, your options. If you find a publishing company that is going to, do all of those pieces to get the book published, and they're also going to promote your title, and they're also going to give you the ability to create content or, whatever those other pieces of, they'll push your marketing, they'll design things for you, then yes, right, pay that percentage. But don't continue to pay that percentage in royalties if you are the person who has to go do all the legwork to sell the books. I hope that makes sense for you. So that's number two. That's the vanity presses. Number three, that third option is straight self-publishing. Right, this is where you now take on full responsibility of the publishing process, where you decide, I'm going to do the cover design, layout, ebook conversion. And this doesn't mean that you manually have to design a cover. What it means is that you find a graphic designer and you get your cover designed. It means that you find someone to do your layout. This can be someone on Fiverr, Upworks, right? There's a ton of different platforms where you can find somebody to help you do this work. But as a self-published author, it does mean that you carry that workload, right? You carry the responsibility of getting all of the pieces completed to get your book to market. So you are also, though, 100% responsible, and all of the royalties and rights belong to you, right? So there is nobody takes a cut from your money. Every dollar that you earn comes directly to you. So I am a self-publishing advocate. I believe that you should absolutely self-publish. However, I know that a lot of people don't have the time, the energy, the capacity, the full understanding. And so then there's the fourth type of company, which is the company that I own, Good Ground Literary Services. And for us, we are a self-publishing entity, right? We are basically the liaison who does the work behind the scenes. So you do pay for your cover design, your layout, your ebook conversion, right? You pay for your marketing materials, right? Those are the things that you do pay for because somebody has to get those things done. But inside of what we do, right, we help set up your platform on Amazon. We help you set up your business account so that you are the publisher, right? You now own the title to your book. I don't own the title to your book. So I want you to remember, any person who owns the ISBN owns the title, right? They have rights, copyrights over the title. So if you go with a traditional publisher and they own the ISBN, they own the title. Vanity Press will own your ISBN, they own your title. Self-publishing, you buy your ISBN, you own your title. For myself and our company, and there's lots of other publishing companies that do this as well, we acquire your ISBN under your company name, right? So you own your ISBN. This way, we're just working in the kitchen to make the magic happen. But at the end of the relationship, you are set up to be a successfully self-published author. Okay? So I want you to think about those things, right? So in either equation, you have some choices to make, right? Either you have the credibility, either you have the reputation and you can go traditional, or you have the opportunity, you have the access to income or capital where you can pay somebody else like my company to do those things for you, or you have the time investment, right? If you don't have the financial investment to pay for someone to do those things, then you have the time investment to take some time to do that work, to figure out what it looks like to get your book on Amazon, to go step by step through that publishing process. And either there's no incorrect way, right? Except for the vanity press. I'm not a fan. But other than that, other than, that vanity press relationship, and again, that can be beneficial if they are going to do the work to earn those royalties. Y'all got it? If you're going to pay them up at the forefront, they should be working their butt off for you. But outside of that, every option is open to you. It's really about making the best decision for you. Okay? So as we go into this new year and you're excited about the publishing options ahead of you, I want you to take some time and download my free ebook that guides you through, making the best possible choices for you, the things that you need to know when it comes to the publishing process so that you can make the best decision for you. And if you are going the self-publishing route, then there's also a link down below to my mini course, Publish Like a Boss. This is going to walk you step by step through the entire publishing process. What you need to know about your cover design, what you need to know about your ISBN, all of the things that are a part of that equation. So take some time, check those links out below. Make sure you make the best possible decision for you, and I'll see you on the shelf in 2024.